Peace isn't found in having everything. It's found in knowing what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. Most people spend years chasing things they don't need, only to realize later they were never fulfilled. The more noise you allow in your life, the less space you have to hear your own voice. When you're constantly pulled in 100 directions, it's easy to forget what actually makes you happy. We all want clarity. We want to feel in control of our lives instead of running on autopilot every day. But distraction is everywhere. Social media, endless to-do lists, constant comparison and pressure can drown out what's actually important. This video is about how to cut through that noise. We'll break down simple ways to clear the clutter and bring your focus back to what truly matters. You'll leave with real tools to help you feel lighter, more present, and more in charge. If you're ready to stop chasing everything and finally focus on what counts, then let's dive in. Number 1. Turn off all distractions for one focused hour. Most people are living in pieces. Their mind is scattered. They're checking their phone every few minutes. They're clicking from one tab to the next. They're listening to podcasts while answering emails. They've got the TV humming in the background. They're replying to messages they don't even care about. And by the end of the day, they're exhausted, not because they worked hard, but because they never really gave their attention to anything fully. They never focused. That's a trap. And it's a trap that steals your time, your energy, your confidence, and your future. We weren't built to live like this, jumping from one thing to another, giving a piece of ourselves to everything and never really being present. You know what it feels like. You sit down to do something important, and before you know it, you're looking at a screen, answering a notification you didn't even need. 10 minutes go by, then 20. Then you're wondering why nothing meaningful got done. It's not a mystery. You're being pulled every minute by things that don't matter, and that means you have to decide. You either take control of your attention, or someone else will. Start by turning it all off, everything. Not forever, just for one focused hour. 60 minutes where the only thing that exists is the thing you've decided matters most. No social media, no buzzing, no pings, no background noise. Just you, your mind, and the work. That might feel strange at first, because we've gotten so used to constant stimulation, to the comfort of noise. But silence isn't empty, it's powerful. It gives you space to think clearly, to get real about what you're doing and why you're doing it. It gives you back the driver's seat of your own mind. And here's the truth. One focused hour is more valuable than 10 distracted ones. You can move mountains in an hour if your head is in it, if your heart is in it, if your energy isn't being stolen by useless distractions. Most people don't realize how powerful they are when they focus. They think they need more time. They don't. They need more clarity. And you don't get clarity from clutter. You get clarity from stillness. You get clarity from cutting out the noise. Turn off the phone. Put it in another room. Close every tab that doesn't support what you're working on. Shut the door. Create a space, even if it's small, that tells your brain, this is where we work. This is where we think. This is where we build. Don't wait until you feel motivated, because motivation fades. But a habit of protecting your attention? That builds power. That creates results. That shapes your future. Your life becomes what you give your attention to. And if your attention is divided all day long, your progress will be divided too. If you're always reacting, you're not creating. And if you're not creating, you're not growing. We've built a culture around staying busy, but most people are just spinning in place. They're mistaking movement for progress. But progress is quiet. Progress is focused. Progress is intentional. If you're serious about your goals, if you're tired of waking up and feeling behind, if you've had enough of that nagging feeling at the end of the day that you didn't do what you said you would do, then you've got to be honest with yourself. The distractions aren't going away. But you can walk away from them 1 hour at a time. You can choose to step out of the noise. And in that 1 hour, everything can change. Your confidence grows. Your clarity sharpens. You remember who you are and what you're here to do. People say they don't have time, but they spend hours in distraction, hours in delay, hours in excuses. That's time they'll never get back. And it's not because they're lazy. It's because they haven't made a decision. They haven't drawn the line that says, for this 1 hour, I protect what matters. I build something meaningful. I take one real step forward. And when you do that day after day, something inside you starts to change. You start to trust yourself again. You start to see momentum. You start to build a life that feels right, not rushed, not reactive, but real. That's what one focused hour can do. It can reconnect you with your own strength. It can remind you that you're not a machine. You're a human being. You have ideas. You have purpose. You have drive. But you've got to give yourself the space to use it. Don't let the world steal that from you with likes and clicks and alerts that don't matter. None of that brings peace. None of that builds your dream. It just keeps you numb. Start small. Start with 1 hour, but make it sacred. Treat it like it's the most important appointment of your day, because it is. That 1 hour will tell your mind, this matters. And over time, you'll notice something powerful. You'll feel less overwhelmed, less scattered, more centered, more in control. Not because the world changed, but because you did. It's not just about productivity. It's about reclaiming your time, your thoughts, your energy. It's about living in a way that aligns with your values, your vision, your potential. And that begins with 1 hour, not someday, not when you're less busy. Right now. You don't need a perfect setup. You just need a choice. 1 hour, no distractions, full focus. That's how change begins. That's how confidence grows. That's how you move from chaos to clarity. You don't need to fix everything at once. Just commit to protecting 1 hour every day. And in that space, do the thing that matters most. Not the thing that's easiest. Not the thing that's urgent. The thing that moves you forward. That's how you create momentum. That's how you stop feeling stuck. Your future isn't built in the rush. It's built in the focus. You already have what it takes, but you've got to give yourself the chance to show it. And that chance starts when you turn everything else off and finally give yourself the power of 1 focused hour. Number 2, set 3 clear priorities for each new day. Every single day, people wake up overwhelmed with 1,000 thoughts, 100 tasks, and endless to-dos. The feeling of having too much to do and too little time is crushing. Most don't even know where to start. Their minds are clouded with noise from last night's worries, news headlines, or what happened yesterday. They dive into their day reacting to every little thing instead of leading their day with purpose. And by evening, they're exhausted, feeling like they worked hard but got nowhere. That frustration? It's the result of not having clear priorities. The truth is, every day is a fresh opportunity, but it can only be seized if you know exactly what to focus on. If you try to do everything, you'll do nothing well. If you don't pick what truly matters, you'll end up busy with tasks that don't move your life forward. The key to cutting out the noise isn't doing more, but doing less, with intention. Start by deciding, before the day even begins, the 3 most important things you will accomplish. Not 10, not 5, 3. This forces clarity. It forces you to think deeply about what really counts. When you have 3 clear priorities, everything else becomes background noise. Those priorities become the heartbeat of your day, the compass that guides your actions and your decisions. This isn't just a productivity trick. It's a mindset shift. Choosing 3 priorities means you're taking control. You're not letting your day be shaped by distractions, emails, or interruptions. You're choosing what success looks like step by step. And when you keep those 3 goals in front of you, you work with focus, confidence, and energy because you know exactly where you're headed. You might ask, why only 3? Because when you try to carry too many things, your attention splits, your energy drains, and your motivation fades. But 3, that's manageable. 3 is doable. 3 is powerful. And when you finish those 3 things, no matter how small they seem, you've won the day. You've built momentum. Before you even start your morning routine, take a moment to write down your 3 priorities. Be honest and specific. Instead of work on project, say, write the first draft of the proposal. Instead of exercise, say, walk for 30 minutes at noon. Clarity in your language sharpens your focus. It helps you see the finish line clearly. Keep those 3 priorities somewhere visible. Tape them to your desk, put them on your phone lock screen, or carry them in your pocket. When distractions come, and they will, your eyes will find those priorities again. They will remind you what deserves your energy and what doesn't. This simple habit can protect you from wandering aimlessly through the day. It's also important to recognize that some days priorities shift, life happens, emergencies arise, but the act of choosing your top 3 priorities every day creates a rhythm of intentional living. Even when changes come, you have a clear sense of direction, and you adjust with purpose, not panic. When you work with 3 clear priorities, your brain feels less overwhelmed. It's like lifting a heavy load and only carrying what fits comfortably on your shoulders. Your stress decreases and your focus sharpens. You find yourself fully engaged in what you're doing, and your work becomes more meaningful because you see how it fits into your bigger goals. Most people underestimate the power of clarity. They think they can just keep going without planning. But without priorities, you drift. You react to emails, social media, phone calls, and meetings that don't support your goals. This constant reaction drains your energy and steals your time. Setting 3 clear priorities gives you a shield. It blocks out everything irrelevant. It protects your most precious resource, your focus. Think about how it feels when you finish your day knowing you completed the most important things. That satisfaction, that peace, it's energizing. It builds confidence. It pushes you to do better tomorrow. When you don't have clear priorities, you feel scattered and restless. You may stay busy, but your soul feels tired. To build this habit, spend a few minutes every evening or first thing in the morning writing down your 3 priorities. Don't let this be a vague exercise. Make it real. Commit to those 3 things before the day pulls you in a dozen directions. By doing this daily, you train your mind to focus on what matters most. You train your will to say no to distractions and yes to growth. This simple discipline transforms not only your productivity, but your entire mindset. You start to see your time as a tool, not a trap. You start to own your day instead of being owned by it. You stop living on autopilot and begin living with intention. It's natural to want to do more, to try to tackle everything at once. But real success comes from narrowing your focus. It comes from mastering the art of saying no to the many so you can say yes to the few. 3 priorities is your starting point to mastering that art. Remember, the quality of your results depends on where you put your attention. Your attention is your currency. Spend it wisely. When you pick 3 clear priorities each day, you're making a powerful choice to spend your attention on what moves you forward, not what keeps you stuck. Imagine what your life would look like if every morning you woke up with clarity, direction, and confidence. You would waste less time. You would feel more accomplished. You would get closer to your goals faster than you ever thought possible. The difference between those who get things done and those who don't is often this: clear priorities. It's that simple, and yet it's rare, because most people get distracted by everything else. This is your chance to break that pattern, to take control of your day, your focus, and your future. Start by choosing just 3 things. Do them well. Let everything else wait. That's how you cut out the noise and finally focus on what really matters. Number 3. Unfollow content that does not support your goals. Every day, millions of people scroll through endless streams of information. They consume content that doesn't help them grow, doesn't inspire them, and doesn't bring them closer to what they want in life. They follow accounts that drain their energy or fill their mind with negativity. They watch videos, read articles, and listen to opinions that distract them from their true purpose. And they wonder why progress feels slow or impossible. This endless exposure to irrelevant content is a silent thief, robbing people of focus, clarity, and peace of mind. The reality is harsh. What you let into your mind shapes your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. If the content you consume doesn't align with your goals, it will steer you away from them without you even noticing. It's like planting seeds in a garden and watering weeds instead of flowers. The energy and attention you invest must be guarded carefully because they are the foundation of your success. Unfollowing content that doesn't support your goals is not just about cleaning up your social media feeds. It's about creating a mental environment where your dreams can grow. It's about removing the noise so you can hear your own voice. When you surround yourself with distractions and information that pull you in different directions, your mind becomes scattered. Your motivation weakens. Your focus slips through your fingers like sand. Most people hesitate to unfollow because they think they need to stay informed or connected, but there's a difference between being informed and being overwhelmed. There's a difference between connection that uplifts and connection that drains. When your feed is filled with content that doesn't serve your vision, you're giving power to things that don't matter to you. You're feeding habits that keep you stuck. Unfollowing is a simple but powerful act of self-respect. It says you value your time, your mind, and your goals more than random updates or distractions. It's a boundary that protects your energy and allows you to focus on what truly matters. You don't owe anyone your attention, especially when it pulls you away from your own life's mission. This practice requires honesty. Take a hard look at what you consume daily. Ask yourself, does this content motivate me? Does it teach me something valuable? Does it bring me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, then it's time to unfollow, not out of judgment, but out of care for your own progress. It's a choice to clear space for better influences. You might be surprised how much mental clutter gets removed just by this simple step. Without irrelevant content, your mind has more room to breathe. Your focus sharpens, your emotions stabilize. You begin to feel lighter, more in control, and more connected to your purpose. This is not about isolation, it's about alignment. It's important to replace what you remove. When you unfollow distractions, fill that space with content that educates, inspires, or challenges you in a positive way. Follow people who push you to grow. Read books that expand your mind. Listen to podcasts that empower your goals. This positive input will fuel your journey forward, giving you new ideas and fresh energy. The challenge is sticking to this consistently. The pull of distraction is strong. Algorithms are designed to keep you scrolling endlessly, to trap you in a cycle of dopamine hits that feel good but don't last. Being intentional about what you follow is a way to break free from that cycle. It's a commitment to your own clarity and growth. It helps to schedule times for consuming content rather than browsing randomly throughout the day. This way, you can control the quality and quantity of what you absorb. Random scrolling is a thief of time and peace. When you consume with purpose, you learn more, focus better, and avoid burnout. Unfollowing content also reduces comparison and self-doubt. Social media often shows only the highlight reels, making it easy to feel less than or stuck. By curating your feed, you create a healthier mental space where you appreciate your own journey without unnecessary pressure. You see real progress, not just polished appearances. This action is empowering because it puts you back in the driver's seat. You choose who influences you. You decide what your mind is filled with. You protect your focus like a treasure because it is. When you cut off distractions that don't serve you, you make room for confidence, creativity, and momentum. Most importantly, unfollowing what doesn't support your goals is about respect for yourself. It's saying, "My time and energy are valuable, and I will not waste them." It's a statement of intention that shapes your daily experience. The quality of your mind's input shapes the quality of your output. When you guard what you consume, you guard what you create. The journey to cutting out noise begins with this choice. It's not always easy to let go of old habits or connections, but the payoff is freedom. Freedom from mental clutter, freedom from distraction, freedom to focus on what truly matters. Your goals deserve your full attention. Your future deserves your best focus. And that begins by clearing the feed of everything that pulls you away from your path. This is a crucial step in building a life of clarity, purpose, and success. It's a daily practice of protecting your mind, your time, and your dreams. Start now by taking a moment to clean your digital space. Notice how much lighter you feel afterward. Notice how your mind starts to crave more meaningful input. This is your chance to reclaim your attention and fuel your journey forward with clarity and power. Unfollow what doesn't serve you and watch your life begin to change. Number 4, create a quiet workspace with zero interruptions. Every single day, countless people struggle to get meaningful work done because their environment is stacked against them. It's not always about a lack of skill or motivation. More often, it's the setting where they try to focus that steals their attention. Noisy rooms, buzzing phones, sudden knocks on the door, or constant background chatter pull the mind away from what truly matters. And that kind of interruption does more harm than most realize. It breaks concentration, fragments thoughts, and drains energy in ways that leave a person feeling exhausted without real progress. This is not just about noise, it's about respect for your own time and mental space. The truth is, when you want to cut out the noise and focus deeply, the place where you work matters more than many think. The brain craves calm. It functions best when there are no distractions demanding constant shifts in attention. Each interruption doesn't just pause your work, it resets your focus, and starting again takes more effort than you expect. This is why a quiet workspace is essential. It creates a boundary, a protected zone where your mind can engage fully with the task at hand. This isn't always easy to create. Life is busy, homes are full of noise, and the world around us rarely pauses. But making a dedicated space for quiet work is one of the most powerful investments in your ability to focus. Whether it's a separate room, a corner with a door, or even a simple setup with noise-canceling headphones, the goal is to reduce interruptions as much as possible. The impact of interruptions is profound. Studies show that it can take up to 20 minutes to regain full concentration after a disruption. Imagine how much time is lost if your work is interrupted multiple times an hour. Beyond time, the frustration builds. You feel scattered. Your confidence slips because you're not accomplishing what you set out to do. Your energy drains faster. That's why protecting your workspace from interruptions is not just about comfort, it's about honoring your commitment to yourself. To start, examine your current workspace honestly. Are there distractions you can control? Can you turn off notifications on your phone or computer? Can you close unnecessary tabs or apps that pull your attention away? Can you let others in your home or workplace know when you need focused time and cannot be disturbed? Setting clear expectations with others is crucial. People will respect your focus when you communicate its importance. This simple step creates a shield around your work time. Noise can be subtle but damaging. Even low-level background noise can chip away at your concentration. Consider investing in tools like noise-canceling headphones or playing soft instrumental music designed to aid focus. These small adjustments can help create a mental cocoon where your thoughts can flow uninterrupted. Physical comfort also plays a role. A cluttered or uncomfortable space can pull your mind away. Keep your workspace tidy. Remove items that do not support your work. When your environment feels clean and inviting, it signals to your brain that this is a place for focus, not distraction. Simple things like a comfortable chair, good lighting, and a clean desk setup make a big difference. It's essential to treat your workspace as sacred. When you enter that space, it's a signal to your brain that it's time to work deeply. Avoid using this area for casual browsing, watching videos, or socializing. The more you associate your workspace with focus, the easier it becomes to slip into a productive mindset. Interruptions often come from ourselves too. The temptation to check messages, browse social media, or respond to emails is a constant challenge. Discipline here is key. Turn off notifications or put devices on Do Not Disturb. If possible, keep phones in another room or out of arm's reach. Each small decision to resist distraction builds your mental muscles and strengthens your focus. The benefits of a quiet, interruption-free workspace extend beyond productivity. When your mind can focus deeply, you experience more flow, a state where time seems to slow and work becomes effortless. You get more done in less time, and the work you produce is higher quality because you're fully engaged. This focused effort fuels confidence and satisfaction, reinforcing the habit of protecting your space. It's important to remember that interruptions aren't just physical noises or visits. They can be mental distractions too, worries, plans, or unrelated thoughts pulling at your attention. A quiet space helps minimize external interruptions, but you also need to train your mind to return to the present moment. Simple practices like deep breathing or brief pauses can help when the mind wanders. Creating a quiet workspace with zero interruptions sends a clear message to yourself and others. Your work matters, and so does your time. You're setting a foundation where focus can grow strong. This foundation supports every other habit that leads to success. Without it, no matter how hard you try, distractions will chip away at your progress. Sometimes, creating this kind of space means making tough choices, saying no to people who don't respect your boundaries, turning off your phone during key work hours, leaving noisy environments when possible. These actions might feel uncomfortable at first, but the payoff is freedom, the freedom to focus without constant interruptions. It also teaches others how to treat your time and priorities. When you value your workspace, others will learn to value it too. This mutual respect reduces interruptions and creates a positive cycle that supports your goals. Quiet doesn't mean isolation. It means peace and clarity. It's the space where your best ideas take shape. It's the environment where your effort turns into meaningful results. Protecting that space is one of the smartest investments you can make in your personal and professional growth. This practice demands discipline and commitment. It requires you to push back against the culture of constant distraction and busyness. But the rewards are immense. When your workspace is quiet and free of interruptions, your focus deepens. Your work improves, your energy lasts longer, your confidence grows. Your goals come within reach because you're working from a place of strength and clarity. Start now by making small changes to your current environment. Silence unnecessary sounds. Let others know you need focused time. Create a designated area just for work. Over time, build habits that protect this space fiercely. This investment in your workspace is an investment in your future. It's the place where noise fades away and what really matters comes into sharp focus. Number 5. Use a timer to block out focused work time. Most people face the same struggle every day. Their attention is pulled in 100 different directions. They start a task with good intentions, but quickly get sidetracked by emails, messages, or the tempting urge to check their phone. The workday turns into a series of interruptions, and by the end, they feel frustrated and exhausted without having accomplished what truly matters. This constant shifting steals not only time but also energy and confidence. It's no surprise that productivity suffers. The hard truth is that without a clear way to protect your focus, distractions will win every time. One of the most powerful and practical tools to fight this problem is using a timer to block out focused work time. Setting a specific window during which you commit to work with full attention changes everything. This approach isn't about working harder or longer. It's about working smarter with intention and structure. When you know that for the next 30 or 60 minutes you have a clear, uninterrupted block, your mind settles into concentration much faster. Using a timer creates a boundary. It's a simple but effective way to tell your brain this is focused time, no distractions allowed. This clarity reduces the usual mental resistance to starting tasks because the time commitment is defined and manageable. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by an endless to-do list, you tackle one block at a time, fully engaged. The timer also acts as a reminder. When you're working without any markers, it's easy to lose track of time or fall into shallow work. A ticking clock encourages urgency and pushes you to avoid wasting moments on distractions. It's amazing how the simple presence of a timer can transform your mindset from passive drifting into active pursuit. This method fits naturally with how the brain works. We can't maintain perfect focus for hours on end without breaks. Attention fluctuates and fatigue sets in. That's why breaking your work into timed intervals, often called focused blocks, respects your natural rhythms. You give your brain permission to focus deeply for a set time and then take a deliberate break to recharge. This balance leads to sustained productivity and better results. Many people underestimate how much time they lose in tiny distractions. Checking a notification or browsing social media for just a few minutes can pull you out of deep focus, and it often takes longer than you realize to get back on track. When you use a timer, you create a clear structure that minimizes these interruptions. You become more aware of how you spend every minute, making it easier to catch and correct unproductive habits. The power of a timer extends beyond productivity. It reduces stress by breaking work into manageable chunks. Instead of facing a massive, undefined workload, you focus on one block at a time. This manageable approach makes tasks feel less daunting and increases your sense of control. You feel more in charge of your time and your progress. It's also a way to build momentum. Completing focused blocks of work provides a sense of accomplishment that motivates you to keep going. Each block completed is a victory, fueling confidence and encouraging consistent effort. This momentum creates a positive cycle where focus and productivity feed each other. Using a timer can be adapted to your personal preferences and workload. Some prefer shorter blocks of 25 minutes, others longer sessions of 60 or 90 minutes. The key is consistency and protecting those blocks from interruption. Plan your day with these timed sessions for your most important tasks. Reserve distractions and administrative work for outside these focused intervals. When the timer goes off, it's just as important to take a break. Step away from your workspace, stretch, breathe, or do something that resets your energy. This pause refreshes your brain and prepares you for the next session of deep focus. Skipping breaks leads to burnout and diminishing returns. The commitment to honoring your timed blocks also teaches discipline. It helps train your mind to resist distractions and builds a habit of sustained attention. Over time, you become more skilled at entering deep focus quickly, making your work more efficient and enjoyable. It's natural to resist this structure at first. Many people feel like timers restrict freedom or add pressure, but the truth is the opposite. Timed focus sessions give freedom by clearing confusion and reducing the overwhelm of endless tasks. They create a clear path forward instead of chaos. To make this practice effective, remove all possible distractions before starting a session. Close unrelated tabs on your computer, silence your phone, and inform those around you that you are unavailable during your focus blocks. These actions reinforce your commitment and protect your time. Technology offers many tools to support this habit: simple phone timers, apps designed for focus, or even old-fashioned kitchen timers. The choice doesn't matter as much as your willingness to start and stick with it. The timer becomes a silent partner in your productivity journey, always ready to bring you back to focus when your mind drifts. This method is not about perfection, but progress. Some days you will get interrupted despite your best efforts. The timer helps you recognize those moments and gently bring your attention back to the work that matters. It builds resilience against distractions over time. Using a timer to block out focused work time is a simple, practical step that dramatically improves the ability to cut through the noise. It transforms the way you approach work, making it purposeful and manageable. You move from feeling scattered to feeling in control. You create a rhythm where focus and rest coexist, and your energy is preserved. The difference this makes in your daily life is profound. Tasks that once felt overwhelming become approachable. Your sense of accomplishment grows. Your progress accelerates because you're truly present and engaged. Your mind is no longer pulled in 1,000 directions, but firmly anchored in what really matters. Begin by choosing one task today. Set a timer for a specific period, say 30 minutes, and commit to working on that task only. No checking phones, no opening emails, no distractions. When the timer rings, step back and notice how much you accomplished. Feel the power of focused work. Then take a break and repeat. Over time, expand these sessions. Protect your focus blocks as non-negotiable appointments with yourself. This habit will reshape your workday and your results. The timer becomes a tool of freedom, giving you the power to concentrate fully and create meaningful progress. Using a timer is one of the clearest ways to cut out noise and focus on what really matters. It's a small change that leads to a big difference. It trains your mind, honors your time, and builds momentum toward your goals. The question is not if you should use it, but when you will start. Number 6, say no to things that waste your energy. Every day, millions of people find themselves exhausted before they've even made real progress toward their goals. They feel drained, overwhelmed, and stuck in a cycle where they work hard but don't move forward. The harsh reality is that much of this exhaustion comes from saying yes to things that don't deserve their time or energy. It's easy to get caught in a trap of trying to please everyone, taking on too many commitments, or giving attention to distractions that pull you away from what truly matters. The truth is, your energy is the most valuable resource you have, and how you protect it will determine the quality of your results and the fulfillment you experience. Saying no isn't just a refusal, it's an act of self-respect. It's a way to set boundaries around your time and mental capacity so that you can focus on what really counts. Without clear boundaries, your energy becomes scattered. You might be busy, but busy without purpose leads to frustration and burnout. It's not about avoiding work or responsibility. It's about being selective with where you invest yourself. One of the biggest challenges people face is the fear of disappointing others. Saying yes feels safer because it keeps relationships smooth and avoids conflict. But constantly saying yes to everything creates invisible chains. It slowly erodes your ability to concentrate, to think clearly, and to make meaningful progress. You end up giving your best to less important things and your leftovers to what truly matters. When you say no to energy-wasting activities, you create space for growth. You reclaim control over your focus and time. This decision means you are choosing yourself, your goals, and your well-being. It's not selfish. It's necessary if you want to perform at your best. Think about a phone battery. If you keep using it for unimportant apps without charging or managing usage, it drains quickly. Your energy works the same way. Saying no also protects your mental health. Overcommitment leads to stress and anxiety. When you take on too much, you carry invisible weight that clouds your mind and exhausts your spirit. Learning to say no lightens this load. It brings clarity and calmness, allowing you to face challenges with more resilience and focus. Start by identifying what drains your energy. These might be activities, people, or habits that pull your attention away from your goals or leave you feeling depleted. It could be endless meetings without purpose, social engagements that don't inspire you, or negative conversations that weigh you down. Recognizing these energy drains is the first step to making better choices. Next, practice saying no with kindness and firmness. You don't have to explain yourself excessively or feel guilty. A simple, honest response like, "I'm focusing on my priorities right now, so I won't be able to take that on," is enough. The goal is to communicate your limits clearly and respectfully. Over time, this honesty earns respect from others and helps build healthier boundaries. Saying no doesn't just mean rejecting tasks. It means protecting your emotional and mental space. Avoid consuming content that doesn't support your goals or uplifts your spirit. Choose who you spend time with carefully. Surround yourself with people and activities that energize and inspire you. This intentional approach fuels your motivation and sharpens your focus. It's also important to say no internally to the habits and thoughts that waste your energy. Stop engaging with negative self-talk, perfectionism, or constant worrying. These internal distractions are just as draining as external ones. Replace them with thoughts that empower and guide you forward. This shift requires awareness and practice, but transforms how you manage your inner energy. When you say no to unimportant demands, you open the door to say yes to opportunities that truly matter. This might be spending more time on your craft, nurturing relationships that inspire growth, or investing in your health and well-being. Saying no is a gateway to freedom, allowing you to direct your energy where it creates the most impact. This process involves courage. You may face resistance from others or feel uncomfortable at first. Change rarely feels easy or smooth in the beginning, but with every no, you build strength and confidence. You learn that your worth isn't measured by how many favors you do or how busy you stay. Your value lies in your focus and the quality of your effort. It's important to remember that saying no is not about shutting down or avoiding responsibility. It's about choosing responsibility wisely. When you protect your energy, you show up more fully in the roles and tasks that matter most. You work with greater clarity, creativity, and persistence. The ability to say no is a skill that improves with practice. Start small. Decline 1 or 2 minor distractions each day and notice how it feels. Pay attention to the extra energy you gain and the increase in your sense of control. Gradually, this habit will extend to bigger decisions and more significant commitments. Your energy is like a muscle that can be strengthened by these choices. Each no reinforces your ability to protect your focus and channel your effort where it counts. This muscle grows stronger, enabling you to pursue your goals with less resistance and greater joy. In this busy world, the noise will never stop. The demands on your time and attention will always be there. What changes everything is how you respond. Saying no to what wastes your energy is your way to cut through the chaos. It's your declaration that your time, focus, and life are worth protecting. Imagine what it feels like to wake up each day with a clear sense of purpose, knowing you have the energy to invest in your dreams. Picture the peace that comes from boundaries that keep distractions at bay and the satisfaction of progress fueled by focused effort. This vision is possible when you learn to say no. It's not just about what you refuse, it's about what you gain. Saying no builds freedom, focus, and strength. It allows you to dedicate yourself fully to the work that moves you forward. It makes your goals achievable because you're no longer drained by unnecessary demands. This choice to say no is empowering. It reclaims your power over your life. It frees you from the exhausting cycle of trying to do too much and getting too little done. It creates space for meaningful growth and deep satisfaction. Start today by examining your commitments and habits. Ask yourself where you are giving energy that doesn't serve you. Make a plan to say no to one or two of those drains this week. Notice how your energy shifts, how your focus sharpens, and how your confidence grows. Remember, every no is a yes to your priorities. Every refusal is a step toward clarity and strength. Protect your energy fiercely because it's the fuel for everything you want to achieve. The ability to say no is not just a skill, it's a powerful key to unlocking your full potential. Number 7. Review your goals every single morning. Most people start their day without a clear vision of what they want to accomplish. They wake up, jump into routine, and let the day unfold without direction. This lack of clarity leads to wandering through hours filled with distractions, reacting to whatever pops up rather than pursuing what really matters. The truth is, success doesn't come by accident. It demands intention, and intention begins with reviewing your goals each morning. If you don't remind yourself of what you want, the noise of the world will pull you away without you even realizing it. Goals act like a compass. Without them, you drift aimlessly. When you make it a habit to review your goals first thing in the morning, you set the tone for the entire day. It's like planting a seed of purpose before anything else takes hold. This simple action reorients your mind and energy toward what's important. It brings focus before distractions cloud your judgment. Without this ritual, it's easy to get caught up in small, urgent tasks that don't move you forward. Reviewing your goals each morning is not about rigidly planning every minute. It's about mentally connecting to your bigger vision and reminding yourself why your efforts matter. This connection creates motivation that fuels your actions. It strengthens your commitment to the journey, even when challenges arise. Each morning becomes an opportunity to realign, to refocus, and to renew your determination. People often underestimate how much power this small habit holds. Goals on paper are just words, but when you actively engage with them daily, they become alive. They influence your decisions, your priorities, and your energy. You start seeing each task through the lens of progress. Even the smallest steps gain meaning because they are linked to a larger purpose. Begin by writing down your top goals. These should be specific and meaningful to you, not what others expect. Keep this list somewhere visible. Each morning, read through it slowly. Take a moment to feel the importance behind each goal. Imagine what it will feel like to achieve them. This mental rehearsal builds emotional connection, which is crucial for motivation. When your mind starts the day focused on these goals, your brain naturally scans for opportunities that align with them. You become more aware of choices that support your growth and more resistant to distractions. This mental priming saves time and energy later because you're not constantly fighting to get back on track. It's also important to revisit your goals regularly to assess if they still resonate. Life changes, and sometimes goals need adjustment. Reviewing them each morning gives you a chance to notice if something no longer fits or if new priorities have emerged. This keeps your direction fresh and relevant. The act of reviewing goals every morning connects your daily habits to long-term success. When you see how small actions link to bigger dreams, it becomes easier to stay consistent. Motivation increases because effort feels worthwhile. You stop questioning why you work so hard because your goals remind you of the payoff waiting ahead. This habit reduces the feeling of being overwhelmed. Instead of facing a chaotic day, you approach it with clarity and control. Knowing what you want to accomplish focuses your mind and reduces wasted energy on irrelevant tasks. It's like having a mental filter that keeps you on the right path. Some people avoid this step because it feels slow or boring compared to jumping straight into action. But this quiet moment of reflection is the foundation of effective action. Skipping it is like trying to drive without a map. You may move fast, but you risk ending up lost. Incorporating this habit also improves your decision-making. When confronted with choices during the day, your goals provide a clear criterion to evaluate options. You ask yourself, does this move me closer to what I want? If not, it's easier to say no or delegate. This eliminates unnecessary tasks that consume time and energy. It's worth noting that reviewing goals in the morning is more effective than at night. Mornings are fresh starts. Your mind is less cluttered and you have the energy to plan. At night, fatigue and distractions from the day can cloud your judgment and reduce clarity. To deepen this habit, add a brief journaling practice. Write down what progress you made toward each goal yesterday and what you plan for today. This act of recording holds you accountable and provides a clear record of your journey. It encourages reflection and continuous improvement. This daily review also builds resilience. When obstacles appear, you remember the reasons behind your efforts. This connection to purpose fuels persistence. It's easier to overcome setbacks because your goals remind you that every struggle is temporary and part of a bigger picture. Incorporate a sensory element to this routine. Read your goals aloud. Feel the words as you say them. This engages more of your brain and strengthens commitment. Imagine the sights, sounds, and feelings associated with your success. Making your goals vivid creates emotional energy that propels action. As days turn into weeks, this habit becomes a mental anchor. You start each morning with intention rather than distraction. Your days become more productive because you invest time in what truly matters. Your progress accelerates because effort is focused and deliberate. Remember, reviewing your goals every morning isn't about pressure. It's about empowerment. It gives you control over your day and your future. It's a daily choice to live with purpose and direction. Without this habit, it's easy to lose sight of what you want and drift through life reacting instead of creating. Your future is shaped by the decisions you make today. When you commit to starting each day by reviewing your goals, you make those decisions clear and conscious. You create a foundation for success that nothing external can easily shake. This habit transforms your mindset. Instead of feeling like life is happening to you, you step into the driver's seat. You take responsibility for your progress and outcomes. This shift in mindset creates confidence and momentum that carries you through challenges and distractions. To make this stick, tie it to an existing morning routine. Maybe it's after brushing your teeth or before your first cup of coffee. Consistency builds habit. Over time, this review becomes automatic, a natural part of how you start your day. What happens when this habit is missing? Days slip by without progress. Goals fade into vague wishes. Energy scatters. Motivation wanes. Frustration grows because effort feels wasted. Avoid this by making the commitment to review your goals every morning. This simple, powerful habit is a cornerstone for cutting out noise and focusing on what really matters. It keeps your priorities clear, your energy focused, and your actions aligned. It turns overwhelming days into manageable steps toward your dreams. Start tomorrow morning. Write down your top 3 goals. Take 5 minutes to read and feel them deeply. Notice how it changes your outlook. Carry that clarity with you into the day and watch how it transforms your results and your life. Number 8. Stop multitasking and focus on one task only. It's easy to believe that doing many things at once is a sign of productivity. The modern world applauds busy schedules and constant activity, but the reality is quite different. Most people think multitasking helps get more done, but in truth, it steals focus, drains energy, and reduces the quality of work. When attention is split across multiple tasks, none receive the full effort they deserve. This scattered approach creates mistakes, slows progress, and leaves you feeling exhausted without real accomplishment. The brain is not designed to handle multiple complex tasks simultaneously. Instead, it switches rapidly between tasks, and every switch carries a hidden cost. This cost shows up as lost time and mental fatigue. When trying to juggle several things, your brain doesn't truly multitask. It toggles between each task, and every toggle wastes precious seconds or minutes. Over hours, this adds up to significant lost productivity. Focus is like a muscle. The more you use it on one task, the stronger it becomes. But when it's constantly pulled in different directions, it weakens. Multitasking trains your brain to be distracted and fragmented. This leaves you less capable of deep thought and creative problem-solving, both of which require uninterrupted focus. Most people don't realize how much time is lost during these mental shifts. It's not just a matter of doing two things at once. The problem is that each time you stop one task and start another, your brain must refocus. This reorientation can take up to 20 minutes to regain full concentration on the new task. Imagine switching between 3 or 4 tasks repeatedly. The time lost quickly overwhelms the time spent working. Beyond lost time, multitasking also creates stress. Your mind becomes overloaded with unfinished tasks, increasing anxiety and decreasing your sense of control. This mental clutter reduces satisfaction and motivation. Instead of feeling productive, you often end the day drained and frustrated. Focusing on one task at a time lets you give your full attention and energy. This results in better quality work, faster completion, and greater satisfaction. When you work with full presence, you're less likely to make errors. Your thinking becomes clearer, and solutions come more easily. This focus also builds momentum, making it easier to tackle the next task with the same intensity. Shifting to single tasking requires deliberate effort. It means saying no to distractions and interruptions that pull you away. Start by choosing the most important task for the moment. Commit to working on it without checking emails, messages, or jumping to something else. This discipline strengthens your ability to stay on track. Set a specific time block dedicated to one task. This creates a boundary around your work and signals your brain to focus. During this time, turn off notifications, close unrelated tabs, and clear your workspace of anything not needed. The goal is to create an environment where your mind can settle deeply on one thing. Resist the urge to glance at your phone or multitask just a little. Even brief interruptions break your flow and reset your focus. Instead, build small breaks between tasks to check messages or respond to minor issues. This way, your work periods remain concentrated and your rest periods handle interruptions. Single tasking also helps you prioritize better. When you concentrate on one task, it's easier to assess its importance and urgency. You're less likely to be distracted by low-value activities that feel urgent but don't advance your goals. This clarity improves your decision-making throughout the day. Another benefit is the boost in your sense of achievement. Completing a task fully provides a tangible result you can feel good about. This positive reinforcement encourages you to keep working with intention. Multitasking often leaves many half-finished jobs, creating a nagging sense of incompleteness that wears down motivation. Learning to focus on one task also improves your mental well-being. The calm that comes from being fully present reduces stress and anxiety. You become more mindful of your work and less reactive to outside distractions. This mental clarity supports better problem-solving and creative thinking. Breaking the habit of multitasking may feel uncomfortable at first because the mind has grown accustomed to constant switching. You might feel restless or anxious when focusing on a single task for an extended period. This is normal and signals that your brain is adapting to a healthier rhythm. Build this new habit gradually. Start with small increments of focused work, maybe 15 or 20 minutes at a time, and increase as you become more comfortable. Celebrate your ability to stay on one task and notice the difference in your output and mindset. It's also essential to communicate this change to others if you work in a team environment. Let colleagues know you're focusing deeply for certain periods and won't respond immediately to interruptions. Setting these boundaries protects your focus and teaches others to respect your time. Some tasks require more mental energy than others. Reserve your peak focus times, usually earlier in the day, for the most demanding work. Use less focused periods for routine tasks that don't need deep concentration. This strategic approach aligns your energy with the nature of the work. Over time, this single-task approach rewires your brain for greater productivity and satisfaction. You'll find yourself completing work faster and with better results. The feeling of accomplishment grows stronger, feeding your motivation and confidence. This habit also helps you cut out noise. When you focus on one thing, you're less susceptible to distractions that pull your attention away. Your mind learns to filter out irrelevant information and zero in on what matters most. This sharpness is a powerful advantage in any area of life. Remember, quality always beats quantity. Doing one thing well has far greater impact than doing many things poorly. Single tasking allows you to put your best effort into every action. It builds a foundation for consistent success and progress. If you notice your mind wandering during focused work, gently bring it back to the task without judgment. Mindfulness helps strengthen your ability to stay present. With practice, your attention span lengthens and distractions lose their grip. In the end, stopping multitasking is about reclaiming control over your time and energy. It's a commitment to work smarter, not harder. It's about honoring the value of your effort and respecting your goals. As this shift takes root, you'll notice more peace during your work, greater progress on important projects, and less stress from feeling scattered. Your days will flow with clearer purpose, and your results will improve significantly. Choosing to focus on one task at a time is one of the most effective ways to cut out the noise around you. It creates space for meaningful work, deep thinking, and real growth. This focused action is what separates those who achieve from those who only stay busy. Start today by identifying one important task to focus on. Commit fully to it for a set period. Notice how this concentrated effort changes your experience and outcome. Keep building from there and watch how your productivity and satisfaction transform in ways you never thought possible. Number 9. Limit social media use to fixed, short slots. Almost everyone today feels pulled into the endless cycle of social media. It promises connection, information, and entertainment, yet so often it ends up draining time and energy without real benefit. Many find themselves scrolling mindlessly, losing hours without realizing how much valuable time slips away. This pattern creates noise-constant distractions that steal your focus from what truly matters. The reality is social media is designed to capture attention. Every post, like, and notification triggers a tiny reward in your brain, encouraging you to keep scrolling. This makes it incredibly easy to get stuck in long, unplanned sessions online. The problem is, these moments pile up, breaking your concentration and fragmenting your day. Instead of social media serving you, you end up serving it. Limiting social media to fixed short slots is a strategy that puts control back in your hands. When you choose specific times to check social media, you stop it from taking over your entire day. This intentional approach helps you stay focused on your priorities and prevents the slow drain of your mental resources. Many people underestimate how much distraction comes from just being available on social media all day. Notifications pull you out of your work, conversations, or quiet moments. Each interruption requires a mental reset, which breaks your flow and reduces productivity. Over time, these frequent breaks add up to significant lost focus. Fixing social media use to limited windows cuts through this problem. It means setting boundaries that are clear and consistent. For example, you might decide to check social media only twice a day for 15 minutes each time. During these slots, you can fully engage without guilt or distraction, knowing that outside these times, your attention belongs elsewhere. This strategy also helps reduce the emotional roller coaster that often comes with social media. Constant exposure to endless news, opinions, and comparisons can wear on your mood and self-esteem. When you limit your time, you protect your mental space and reduce anxiety triggered by overwhelming information. To make this work, prepare your environment to support your goal. Turn off notifications outside your scheduled times. Remove social media apps from your home screen or use app timers to block access after your limit is reached. These small changes reduce temptation and make it easier to stick to your plan. Another important factor is to plan what you want to achieve during your social media time. Instead of aimless scrolling, set an intention. Maybe you want to catch up with close friends, check specific updates, or promote something important. Having a purpose keeps your time efficient and meaningful. It's also useful to observe how you feel after these social media sessions. Do you feel informed, connected, or inspired? Or do you feel drained and restless? This self-awareness helps you fine-tune your use and recognize what truly supports your goals versus what distracts or stresses you. Many people experience relief and increased focus once they reclaim their social media time. Instead of being on the edge of constant interruptions, their mind has space for deeper thinking and creativity. Tasks that felt overwhelming become manageable when you're not constantly pulled away. Limiting social media use is not about avoiding technology or cutting off connection. It's about creating a healthy relationship where you control the tool, not the other way around. Social media can be valuable, but only when used with intention and limits. Without these limits, social media fills your day with noise updates, messages, opinions, and endless content that rarely moves you toward your personal goals. It crowds your mental space, leaving less room for reflection, planning, and meaningful action. You might be surprised how much time you regain simply by being deliberate about social media use. This reclaimed time is a gift you can invest in your work, relationships, health, or hobbies, things that truly add value to your life. It's normal to feel some resistance when starting this change. Social media can be a habit deeply woven into daily routines. You might feel the urge to check it just one more time. Recognize this as a challenge to your focus and remind yourself why control matters. Create triggers that remind you to stick to your social media schedule. A timer, an alarm, or a note on your desk can serve as helpful cues. These reminders help you build new habits and prevent falling back into old patterns. By limiting social media to fixed short slots, you reduce the noise that steals your attention. You create pockets of uninterrupted time where you can fully engage with important tasks. Your mental energy becomes focused rather than scattered. Over days and weeks, this discipline leads to clearer thinking, better mood, and stronger focus. You develop a habit of intentional living rather than reactive scrolling. Your day gains rhythm, and your priorities get the time they deserve. This approach also improves your relationships. When you're fully present with people, instead of distracted by your phone, connections deepen. Presence is one of the most valuable gifts you can offer yourself and others. Social media use, when limited and intentional, becomes a tool that supports your goals instead of a thief that steals your time. You build control, not chaos. You protect your mental space and respect your energy. This change also builds confidence. Taking charge of your social media habits reinforces your ability to manage distractions in other areas. Each success fuels your belief that you can shape your day and your life. Most people don't realize how much freedom they gain by putting limits on social media. The simple act of deciding when and how long to engage frees you from the constant pull. You start to notice how much clearer your mind feels without the background noise. This clarity sharpens your focus on what really matters. With fewer distractions, your productivity rises. You accomplish tasks faster and with greater quality. Your creativity and problem-solving improve because your mind is less fragmented. Begin today by choosing your social media slots and sticking to them. Protect these times fiercely, knowing they're part of your strategy to cut out noise and focus on your goals. Adjust as needed, but never let unlimited scrolling return. This discipline is not about perfection, but progress. Every step toward controlling social media is a step toward greater focus, peace, and achievement. Each choice to limit it strengthens your ability to prioritize what truly matters. The journey away from distraction starts with small, consistent decisions. Fixing social media use into limited windows is a powerful step toward reclaiming your time, your attention, and your life. The benefits ripple into every part of your day and beyond. Number 10. Reflect daily on what truly moved you forward. There's a common struggle many face at the end of a busy day, a sense of fatigue mixed with frustration. You worked hard, checked off tasks, stayed busy, but did you actually move forward? Did you make real progress toward your goals, or simply stay busy with distractions and routine? This feeling is more common than you realize, and it's a sign that without daily reflection, it's easy to lose sight of what matters most. Reflection is the simple but powerful habit of looking back on your day and asking yourself a critical question: what truly moved me forward? This question cuts through the clutter and forces you to evaluate your actions with honesty. It pushes you beyond just activity and into effectiveness. Many people rush through their days without pause. They focus on completing tasks, but don't stop to consider which of those tasks contributed to their bigger vision. Without reflection, there is no learning or adjustment. Days blend together, and progress becomes slow or invisible. Taking a few quiet minutes every day to review your efforts allows you to connect with your purpose. It reminds you why you started and keeps your goals alive in your mind. This practice creates awareness, and awareness is the key to change and growth. During reflection, you identify the moments, decisions, and actions that brought you closer to your aims. You recognize what worked well and what didn't. This clarity empowers you to do more of what matters and less of what wastes your time and energy. Often, you'll notice patterns emerging in your reflection. Maybe certain activities consistently yield results, while others do not. Recognizing these patterns helps you design better days ahead. It teaches you how to prioritize and protect your time. Reflection also sharpens your understanding of your own habits and distractions. You become more aware of when you drift off course or get pulled into noise. This self-awareness is crucial because it allows you to catch yourself before you fall into unproductive routines again. The emotional aspect of reflection is just as important. When you review your day, you reconnect with your feelings about your progress. You might feel pride in small victories or disappointment in lost opportunities. These emotions are signals that guide your decisions and motivate change. For example, feeling satisfaction after completing a challenging task reminds you of the rewards of focus and hard work. On the other hand, frustration about wasted time is a prompt to adjust habits and set clearer boundaries. This habit builds resilience as well. Some days won't be perfect. You might face setbacks or distractions, but reflecting daily allows you to see these not as failures, but as opportunities to learn and improve. It keeps your mindset positive and growth-oriented. Reflection should be honest and kind. It's not about judging yourself harshly, but about understanding where you stand and how you can move forward. This balance creates motivation instead of discouragement. In practical terms, reflection doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. A few minutes at the end of the day, sitting quietly with a journal, or even thinking deeply, can be enough. The key is consistency and focus. Ask yourself questions like, what were the 3 most important things I did today? How did those actions connect to my goals? What distracted me? What can I improve tomorrow? These questions create a roadmap for continuous improvement. Many successful people attribute their achievements to this simple daily habit. It keeps them aligned with their priorities and prevents drifting into busyness without progress. Reflection also improves decision-making. When you pause to evaluate your day, you practice critical thinking about your choices. This strengthens your ability to make better decisions in the future, leading to more effective use of